anyone want to get married anymore? And also, is love real? Do you believe in love? And what is love?
My question to you guys is, do you think you can describe the feeling of love?
Oh, that's a beautiful question.
Yeah.
Do you think you can describe it?
Yeah. I feel like obviously it's all individual, but from my experience, it's like having someone that, you know, words just can't describe how you feel about them, and it's like when you're far away from them, it's like an abyss, you know, like an empty, so that's something that can never be filled. And I feel like love is, you know, love without objection, like love without like that person doesn't become you, but like becomes your other half, like your twin flame. Do you get what I mean?
That's beautiful. I kind of agree with what you're saying. Like, before, if you had asked me like 2 years ago, I'd be like, oh, what is love? Love is just like an emotion that people say is this, it's that, it's that. And I always thought that love came with conditions. And it's only now, having been in love for what I feel like is the first time in my life, I'm starting to realize that love comes, I don't even know how to explain it.
You're engaged, yes.
You want to spend the rest of your life with that person, but that person's almost your best friend. It's like you've been together for a considerable amount of time and you still get them butterflies of someone. And people always talk about marriage say, oh, we don't need to get married to show that I love someone. But at the same time, do you feel like you want to publicly declare your life to somebody, or publicly make a promise to spend the rest of your life with someone?
But I don't think it's about other people. Like, I think the whole point about marriage is this is between me and you. I think that's why people have smaller ceremonies, because I mean, yeah, you
but
can
it's a public
else.
declaration though.
But yeah, it's a commitment to each other. Like, I don't really think you should spend too much time thinking about what people think or what I want to say to other people. The whole point about being in love is that me and you are making this life.
Do you want to get married?
Yeah, eventually.
Why do you want to get married?
Because I want to have that thing with someone. Like, I feel like it's not an achievement, but I want to be able to say, oh my god, I'm married to this person, it's one of my life. Don't get me wrong, I'm happy with just having a partner, but I don't care what other people think. I would want to be able to say, oh my god, we're married.
Would you be happy just being partners for the rest of your life?
Yeah, of course. Because I might meet the love of my life that doesn't want to get married. If I actually fell in love with someone and they didn't want to get married, again, it's not something that I would break my back for. Like, it's a compromise, and I feel like relationships are big on compromising. So I think I just have to bite the bullet and not get married. And we were talking about compromise earlier, and I feel like, okay, cool, that's such a compromise. I can break up with them and then be single. But if I actually love that person, then well, cool, I've got to take some things with like a picture song, they don't want to get married, and that's just what it is. We're still in love.
What about you guys? What, for a girl's perspective, do you guys want to get married?
I think love is bliss. It's just ultimate joy. It's just peace. And I think love is when your soul feels at home with someone. Like you can't put words on it, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just you just feel like ultimate bliss. Like that's what love is, you know what I'm saying? Obviously it comes with like struggles, it comes with compromise, it comes with communication. Like there's so much, you learn more about yourself when you're in love than any time else in life, no cap. But I think that's literally when you feel at home. In terms of marriage, I think over time marriage has become such a financial thing, financial benefits, security. So you can still get married. It doesn't have to be on paper. Like some people get married, but it's not, you know what I'm saying, on paper. And I don't think that's wrong. So I would get married, and it's not on paper. I would want it to be like a spiritual ceremony at the beach. I don't exactly know how, but there needs to be some kind of like spiritual thing going on, like maybe like a group meditation, affirmations, writing letters. Like I don't know, I don't really know yet, but something that makes you feel good and makes you feel like abundantly filled with love.
I raise on hands. Can I ask who wants to get married?
I don't care like that, but it was. That's what I'm saying. I don't care about the society's marriage.
This is just a question because
I want that.
I have a thing in my head. So if you are not bothered about getting married,
like if it came. I get what you're saying.
Okay, who here? Not judging anyone, but who here was raised by married parents? No. So Rance is laughing like you're at me.
Both step-parent and
but do you feel like growing up? Because me personally, I want to get married because my parents were married, and I've always been raised in a marital household, and I want to emulate what I would grow up to see. Like I've never once seen my parents argue. I've always seen that everything they do together, and that's when I find that I found a person. But when I'm in a relationship with someone, that's what I want to build. I want to build togetherness. Do you guys feel that way?
You know, you're saying about
Yeah, of
you wanted
course.
to emulate your parents. As obviously, as being a gay male, would you not also want to emulate and also create an image of two happy? Is your partner black? No. Is that So like two black men in love. So for younger people, like 10-year-old
Of course,
versions of me and you. Like
100%.
I didn't know one, like even in relationships when I was 10, and that's why I think it's a good example. Just for us living our truth and you getting married, to creating this image of people of color that do like the same sex can get married and can have positive lives.
Like, when I say emulate, I want to emulate the upbringing
love,
that I've had. So
Yeah.
like I mentioned before, I've never seen my parents argue. So however long I've been with my partner, we've never argued. Whatever we have, whenever we have an up and down, we try and we always
You
have a
communicate,
discussion
yeah, you
about it.
communicate.
Instead of me trying to raise my voice or they're trying to raise my voice at me.
Did he come from a married home as well?
No.
So who here doesn't want to get married and why?
It's not that I don't want to get married, but similar, like I'm just not bothered. And I sometimes I feel a little bit away because a lot of the girls and people I surround myself with do want to get married, and all they think about is relationships and getting with boys, but I'm not like that at all. And it's quite interesting what you said about the fact that you want to like emulate your parents' marriage as well, because now I'm sort of wondering, is it maybe a thing that I've sort of grown up, not that my parents, didn't get along, they were both, single parents, but just they weren't together, and I wonder also if that has maybe contributed to why I'm not bothered by it. It's not saying that I don't ever want to be in love, but it's not my priority. But for some people, they do prioritise and they want to get married, and that's all they've dreamed about for a long time. So it's a very interesting one, actually. I wonder if, your parents contribute to how you feel about marriage later in life.
Yeah, I think so.
I think 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
I died without getting married, so if I lived my whole life and marriage wasn't a thing, I think I would be happy. I mean, right now I'm not married and I'm happy, so why would that make a difference later on in life? Unless my interests and things like that change and marriage becomes more of a priority for me, then I think that's the only way I'll be bothered. But I feel pretty much happy and whole and fulfilled without that, so I think I'd be okay.
I'm the youngest of 6 and my parents weren't married.
6?
Yeah. So it's like, what I'm saying? That's the reason why I'm like,
Not bothered.
marriage is not gonna make it work or not. Like the paper that we're signing, the ring that we're wearing, like, that's not gonna make the difference. The difference is gonna make the connection that you actually have spiritually and mentally.
Do you guys think though, when you're like in a relationship or are unmarried relationship and married, it makes a difference of how you will fight for a relationship? For argument's sake, I say for instance, if you are going through any hardships and problems, and you're not married, it's easier to be like, okay, cool, I'm just gonna leave this relationship, as opposed to when you're married, you know that it comes with, okay, cool, this person could potentially get 50% of what I own, or
Yeah,
then the
that's
rest of
not
it
really
goes.
open.
Would you fight for it more?
For me, I
than
think
would
if you
weren't married?
have the mindset that you can easily leave in a relationship, and you can easily leave in a marriage, you understand? Because I feel like not enough people actually look at the marriage to just be simply what it is, a relationship. You understand? The marriage only just confirms it as a title. You understand? Like, so for me, I do want to get married, but it's again a case of, I'd like to have a relationship first. If my partner turned around and said that she didn't want to get married, I think it'll be alright. It's not a be all and end all. If the discussion is there that we're not breaking up or we're still trying to build together, then I'm alright. It saves me some couple of quid, so I'm alright. If I can have my relationship and I don't know, we go 20 years without getting married, I would like to say that we've been married for the last 20 years because we've been together, we've committed ourselves to each other for the last 20 years.
So people that want to get married now, cool, and you hear that a lot or often. People are starting, I wouldn't say they're starting to have children younger than they was how many years ago, but people are starting to have, everything's on social media now, and a lot of younger people are on social media. Why then, when it comes to like baby showers, why are people trying to recreate wedding atmospheres at baby showers or birthdays where two people are both cutting the cake together, feeding each other?
Because sometimes people just try to make it work.
The baby showers are very different because as far as I'm aware, baby showers used to be, or when it's been like historically, only for women. And then all of a sudden now men are being involved in baby showers.
It's nice.
It's lovely.
Two to tango.
It's lovely, but But do you not feel like they're trying to emulate weddings or they're trying to
I think they'd be
I think it's celebrating a life that you're
celebrating
for life.
Yeah, I think it's
just showing unity, like we're doing this together rather than he's just the baby dad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm. Sometimes
I
they're
hate
trying
that
to
term
make
as well,
something
baby
work
dad,
as well.
baby
Because like one of
dad,
my friends, like she got pregnant and he tried to make it work. And you know, when I like, it's a brethren from overseas. So when I seen the pictures, like baby shower, whatever, I thought they're happily together. When I met him, we was talking about it. He's like, nah, I actually did that to try and fall in love again. Try and fall in love again or build that love. And so sometimes I think nowadays, especially as you said, social media is a thing where people just trying to.
It's a show.
It's a show. It's
Definitely.
just trying to make it work, but also I don't think.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like something. And if it's real, then it's also something beautiful to do for the child. Why
A lot
not?
of do you think love can make a marriage work?
I feel like you need more than just
more
love.
than that, yeah.
Of course it can. If love is the only factor as to why you're getting married, then that
You
is
need love,
You wouldn't be in
trust,
that, but you wouldn't be in that
respect,
situation.
honesty,
if love wasn't a factor.
openness.
more than that.
No, but there's other elements to just love.
Like why?
So what's the other elements? Because I'm confused.
People
Trust.
No,
I
say that
get
you
it.
need trust,
But fundamentally,
respect.
love should be the one, because if there was no love there, you wouldn't be in a marriage.
I
It
think-
could be
in
the
a
foundation,
relationship.
but it can't be the only
But
thing.
I think also you got to understand
realistic.
your partner or be willing to try and understand your partner.
Yes.
But then if
Love
you didn't,
doesn't
you wouldn't
take you
understand
so
it.
far.
Wow.
Very
You
different.
can only take you so
But
far.
I
then
feel
do you
like
feel like
real
love
love-
is the only reason for you to get married?
No, but I feel like when
Like,
you
if
talk
you wanna
about real
build-
love, let me land. If you're talking about real love, then trust, understanding, communication,
Comes with
respect, loyalty is in love. Because a lot of people don't understand what love even fucking is, and that's why we say things like love won't lead the marriage. Like, what? Like, that is the reason why you should be married, not everything else. So if you really love someone, all of that is included. That is love.
It tends to be
But
another.
what about building? What about
What
if you want-
building? What
what if
building?
you want to build something with someone?
But that's the thing.
Is that,
If you're
is that
married
a
or
reason?
getting
So
married,
you get married to
fall in
build
love?
something now.
No, because
You already
like,
built
like,
that.
like,
Like,
you said,
I guess they're going to say
Hang
like
on.
you kind of build a life.
if you're gonna build a life
what
with
he
someone,
means.
like you said, Naomi, I feel like if you don't have all those things that you just said, those are the reasons why a person would fall out of love with you.
But as quickly as
So-
someone
so like,
can
it's
fall
all-
out of love,
you
do you think you
understand?
can fall back in love with someone?
I don't know. Once they say disrespect is given, like how much
But
more?
regardless of disrespect, you falling out of love with someone doesn't necessarily have to be with disrespect. You can fall in love with someone for multiple different reasons.
I believe you can fall out of love and fall back in love, but it all depends on both parties. If both parties are willing to actually try, even if that's one party being the receptive side and the other one's actually given, it's still got to be in parts, innit? I haven't seen it myself. I would like to believe that it is possible. I feel like my own past relationships have shown me that you can have a situation and it being changed later on.
Do you then feel like you remembering why you fell in love with that person is enough for you to fall back in love with them?
No, they could be a different person from when you first fell in love. They could,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
there could have
change.
so many things different
Yeah.
happens. Like
You
you're
could've
not
changed.
fell in love with.
You
You're a whole
could've
different
changed.
person.
So you're basically saying you don't feel that you can fall back in
Change
love
for
with
the
someone?
bad. Change for the yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
can.
I think it's
You
possible.
can.
I think it's
You can.
possible. I think it's
It's
I think
possible.
you can have love for them, but not be in love with them.
No, I think you can possibly fall back in love, but again, I feel like both parties have to be on the same page.
There needs
It's
to
not
be
gonna
some
work.
kind of compromise.
Yeah, it's not gonna
If
work
you're falling out
if
of love,
one
there's a
feels
reason
like,
why
yeah,
you
you know
need to
what?
fix that.
Yeah.
I'm still holding on shit from, I don't know, 2 years ago, and you seem like it's a whole new day.
But you might not have
Right,
fallen out of
right.
love, you've just become bitter or resentful, or things have happened to make you feel angry towards that person. So you can't express your love for them because you're bitter,
Upset.
angry.
And they might not deserve
And so
it.
you need,
But then if you love someone, do you not feel like then you can try and...
because essentially love's
But
unconditional, right?
It is unconditional. If someone's done something
Well,
that
you should
hurts you
be.
so badly, you feel like then you can be like, okay, cool, I love you so much that I'm willing to overlook this, or I'm willing to forget about it.
But then you
What
can
is
see-
it?
For me, I think it depends on the other person's.
But you could be in love and not be with
stance on
somebody,
it as
you
well.
know?
But then you need to be
Love them
careful, because if it's
and not
just
be with
you loving the person and staying with them, that doesn't mean that they love
Like,
you
yeah,
back,
that's what I'm
because they're
saying.
mistreating you the
Like
whole time.
legit, their stance.
So you
like,
can
you know
love
what?
one
But
person,
then-
they don't love
okay.
you back. So what's that?
Taking all that aside, like it's not diverting, but on the same along the line of things. Do you think in this day and age, like in 2021, social media is the reason why a lot of relationships aren't lasting, or a lot of marriages aren't lasting?
I don't know. I think that depends on the relationship with the person.
Is it also because of the availability as well?
Yeah.
Availability.
I think people have got access
It's
to
instant
other
to see.
people. Yeah.
It's instant gratification. Our whole generation, our whole upbringing is based on instant gratification.
Yes.
We can watch, let's go to TV series, right? Who here used to watch Pokemon and had to wait a week for a next episode?
Yeah.
We can binge watch. everything. We
Yeah.
can order anything. We can have sex and find a partner tonight online. We can change our bodies.
So now
All
are
this
you
instant
agreeing that
gratification.
it's then?
Yes, because we're used to getting everything right away that we want. So nowadays, no one wants to fight for something anymore.
relationship,
Whether that's
yeah.
career-wise, whether that's love, whether that's anything. But people are lazy because we get anything like this. So when you see someone else, that's, let's say you're in a relationship and you're unhappy because your partner is not showing you the affection
That
or
grass is
something
greener,
else. It's
isn't it?
not, yeah, exactly. It's not giving you the love language you need. So then now there's someone on social media that's doing all of that. You know what I'm saying? They're literally bugging you every single day for months and months and months. Let's link up, da 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 da. And finally you go and then boom, you get everything you want. And then what? Like a lot of people will just be like, I'm gonna let that go. You know what I'm saying? Because this person's not giving me everything. That's because love is conditional nowadays to a lot of people, and that's what I'm saying. Love, that's why I'm making this big thing. Trust, loyalty, communication, boom. That is real love. Anything else isn't actually
Do
love.
you
Like,
believe
it's
in
just
love languages?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you know your love language?
Yeah.
No? And do you know the love language that you speak?
No.
Because from what I've personally seen, what I've personally seen is that when you speak someone else's love language, that's when that person feels most at love.
Yes.
So if someone just touching you makes you feel more at love. If
That's
person,
my love language.
exactly,
Yeah.
if that person continues to touch you how you want to be touched, you are always going to feel loved by that person. But vice versa, you're going to have to be able to speak that person's love language
Yeah,
as well.
right, exactly.
And we all have a main.
No, it's not.
Manipulative, like, no, sorry.
No, it's true. 'Cause like we all have a main love language. Don't we?
Yeah.
We all speak all of them, but it's one that resonates with us.
Yeah,
the most.
yeah. It's
And if
important.
you're not speaking, if that person's not speaking your language, and you're not speaking the other person's love language,
It's not gonna last.
that relationship will never ever last. Because then you will feel like, as much as that person does whatever they feel is like, okay,
It's
cool,
never
this is
gonna-
me loving you. You're gonna feel like this person doesn't love me, or
Yes.
I'm not gonna feel resonate with you because you're not giving me what I need.
Exactly. That's so true. That's the most important thing about love anyway. But I think what we should all strive for is to find someone that has, I don't know if that's natural, but find someone that has the same love language. As
Well,
you, because
I
then
think
if
if
you
we
both,
speak-
if both of your love languages is physical touch, so you both need it,
You
It
both
gets
give
on
it.
easier,
and
innit?
you both give it naturally because that is your love language. That's the easiest way. Instead
But
of
I
then
don't
chiming
think
in,
we
you can make it
necessarily
work. Don't get me
speak the
wrong,
love
but-
language that we give.
But that's my point. My goal is to find someone that speaks the same love language, so I don't need to have a conversation of, oh, I need to
do
tell
more of this,
yeah,
like,
I need to
do
tell
more
you
of
how to
this,
love
yeah.
me. I don't want to need to tell you how to love me. Like
My
I want you to
love
love
language-
me how you want to love me.
Naturally.
I want you to love me how you want to love me,
But the
and
thing is-
I need to feel that love. So that's perfect. You get me?
Quick question though, what is, because I don't know my, I don't actually know my love language, but generally speaking, like, what is everyone's love
don't know your love language?
Yeah, we were talking about you don't know what
You need to go Google and
Yeah,
see
you
the
need to
test.
do
No, but what is everyone's?
Mine is acts of service
Oh.
as number
Yeah,
one.
same.
Mine's words of affirmation.
And the
Yeah,
second,
that's what
and my
I
second
think.
is words of affirmation.
Mine is physical touch.
How do I
Quality
say
time and words of affirmation. So.
Yeah.
Even he knows his. Come on,
No, but
guys.
seriously, like, where do I search this? Like,
Just Google
Just
it.
just think about it for a second. What do you like most? No.
quality time, words of affirmation, and acts of service. No gifts, no nothing, because that's not me, because it's not every day we gold digger. Like, I like your time, do you know what I mean? So yeah.
Do you like when your partner's always touching you? Do you like presents? Do you like when they talk to you nicely?
I just
What
like,
do you like
I
most?
just like talk and touch.
Yeah, that's your love language.
But then
It's
but
probably
I'm
words
also
of
very
affirmation
submissive
and-
though.
We-
That's certain
we
things.
all
I
have-
think that's a little bit more.
That's something.
No, but I think that's how I want to know that the person receiving my
Yeah, yeah.
That's that makes me.
I think I have the same kind of view as Savannah and Naomi. It's not been something that I'm too, like, I've never been one of them girls that's like, my dream wedding's gonna be this and this is gonna be my dress.
Yeah,
But
me neither.
if it's something that comes about and it feels right at that time, then
So big.
yeah.
Controversial question. Do you think there's more stability in married households than there are people who are just in relationships?
No.
That's
That's individual. And then see it
That's
like
just a-
this.
it's just
see
a
it-
question
See it
I'm
like
asking.
this as well as some scales. Like some marriages can be very balanced, but you can have some marriages where one person is doing a lot more than the other and contributing, and those
Yeah.
scales tip. So I would say that's quite unstable. Do you get what I mean by that? Yeah, I think that marriage doesn't bring you stability. It's the individuals within that bring the stability. I think you can be an individual and you can be very, very stable, very independent, have all of your own shit together and still be put together. You don't need one person to bring the stability.
Religion contributes to that then?
Religion can definitely contribute to it, but in what way are you sort of addressing it?
If there's two persons of the same religion and their religions views very strongly on marriage and love and treating these persons as to how they feel they need to be treated, that they're more willing to be like, okay, cool, because religion is people's lives, and if that person's like, okay, I went into this commitment, I'm going to fight and do everything I can to remain in this relationship, as opposed to persons who are just together and they're just like, okay, cool, we're together, there's no, I'm not saying there's no foundation. That's why I'm asking, do you guys feel like religion contributes somewhat?
I think sometimes it can be positive and negative. If you're getting beaten up, and I've always said this to my mum and like people at church, obviously I don't go to church anymore, my issue with religion when it comes to marriage is that, especially in the Bible, that the only circumstances you can get divorced is adultery, I believe. But like, what if your husband is beaten on you? You're still expected. That's wild. That's what I would never.
But I don't think you. Okay, cool. Yeah.
No, I think it's sometimes a positive and there's a negative. But my negative is like, depending on the religion that you are, the only circumstances that you can leave that marriage or leave that relationship is based on adultery or cheating. But what if your husband is emotionally and physically abusive to you? That's horrible, because a woman will stay in that for the sake, and that's dangerous. That's something that I would think like you need to leave.
Is that not grounds of divorce though?
It's not grounds. Biblically, it's not grounds for divorce. It's not.
I feel like it's hard to go and get the Bible in it, because there's quotes in the Bible that can discredit and agree with what you're saying.
I think it's just that's a whole other debate, isn't it?
Not trying to get into religion, but I'm just saying, do you feel like religion is a contributing factor why some relationships last longer than others?
I think it contributes. It can also make and break a marriage, definitely.
But also contributes to
I think why people get married, it can on the plus side. On the plus side, it can contribute in the sense where maybe your view of marriage is a lot higher. Maybe you will fight a little bit more, but it can also be toxic in the sense where people can use that. Okay, so we're married, so you have to do what I say. We have to keep in this marriage even if we don't really love each other, because our religious scriptures say so. So I think it can actually make or break a marriage, as well as but the people themselves within that also make and break that.
Me and religions, I have a problem with religion because I think people should focus more on spirituality, like spirit in itself, because it's like religion is just some guidelines and some rules and something that was handed to us, and we don't really know how it came together and other stuff, you know what I'm saying? It's just something to believe in, which is what humans need. But do you
feel anything?
Now, do you believe that marriage is always backed up with religion? Because there's so many people who get married in the church and they're not even Christian.
100%.
So I don't think that matters at all.
But I do feel like.
But marriage came from religion, though.
Maybe it did.
I'm sure it did.
Religion, That's my point. That's what I'm telling you guys. I don't care about the marriage. I care about spiritual
religion, though. Do you not feel like it's then a?
Did it not?
No.
But do you not think it's like a
marriage is a legal agreement?
More economical reason.
That's my point. Like, this is just.
It's weird.
The legal marriage.
Legal marriage.
Not union, because there's unions.
That's what I'm saying. Just things that can get.
But even like look back this. Okay, for instance, you don't want to have the full ceremony of a legal wedding. People want to. Okay, cool. I want to spend the rest of my life with this partner. Why is it then a ceremony? It's like, cool. We're gonna have a lifelong ceremony together. We'll be up doing a public declaration to show my love for you. Again, it's from the descent of marriage, but it's not legally marriage. It's not marriage, but you're saying, okay, cool, I'm gonna have this ceremony to show that I, again, publicly want to display the love that I have for you. What then difference is that in marriage? Is there a difference?
Not really.
No.
So why are people more willing to do that? Because if you live together if you live with your partner for a certain amount of time, you're now in a common law marriage. Is that not here as well?
Isn't it?
I'm sure they still do that.
Civil thing.
I'm so sure it's
Sure they do that.
They started doing
that,
But you're in a common law marriage if you're with someone for a certain amount of time. So
like
that
over
person
10
to die
years
or
or
something.
something.
You have to feel entitled.
I didn't know that.
So do you guys believe that your partner has to be financial literate before you guys get together.
What does that mean?
Sorry?
I feel like that's something you learn.
That's something that
They need to be good at either budgeting or
Yeah, actually,
good
I did
credit or
that
something like that.
I think that is really subjective.
Yeah.
I think that depends on the person. For me personally, I would like my partner to be like that, but that is only because I am like that myself. But for some people, it may not matter. So I think that's very subjective, definitely. Having financial literacy for me is very important because I have my own business, I have a good job. I would like somebody that is going to at least be able to look after that or take care of it or at least advise, and that would be nice to have that balance. But it's not the be all and end all, and I think that is something that's very subjective.
You saying yes, does that mean your love's conditional?
No, even if they didn't have it.
No, it is conditional.
That was me asking a question. This is you saying a statement now. But I'm asking.
I'm just trying to answer the question in peace.
Is your love conditional? Does your man need to bring something to the table in order to?
Okay, personally, I feel like when it comes to me, like I just want someone that's going to enhance and making you a better person. So like I'm with them, like I know that I'm decent with money, but I have my moments I'm just like, I really need it, and I'm just like, oh, but I need someone to tell me like, no, you don't, like, yeah. But that's what I would want, and it's not a conditional for even if they didn't have it.
That's just a partnership, really.
Yeah, if they didn't have it,
then
even if they didn't have it, like that wouldn't bother me. I still love you,
what
but
if
it
you
would be
met
nice because
someone?
I need that someone to tell me like, you know, you actually don't need the shoes, like. It's not like that.
What if I was with a guy, right, and I got into a relationship, we either have the same amount of money or he earns more than me, even if he was redundant, went on furlough, I must still stay with you because I believe in you and I fell in love with you, not because of your money. It was nice that you was on the same level, but I must still stay with you and we're gonna work until we're back to normal.
If you met someone, cool, he ticks every single box. What's his name? What if you meet a guy who ticks every single box of what you want, but he has bad credit, or he's not in work at this moment in time?
Okay, bad credit I can deal with.
Why did you make your face like that?
No.
If someone's not in work,
let me finish. Bad credit I can deal with because you can always grow your credit. You can fix it.
Everyone's got bad credit at the start.
At the start, that's not an issue. But when you're not in work, see, I don't.
But why?
I can't do it. I'm sorry.
She might not be in that. She might not be around people.
No.
But where they like, are you around people that you'd be dating that don't have jobs?
No, but that's
you
my
wouldn't be in
point.
that
No, but
market of
I feel like as a person that was in a relationship with someone that they were working, but they were not financially dependent on me. But every time we went on dates, I would pay for everything. That has given me so much anxiety that I will never do it again.